So let's do our prayers. Maybe Madhuri, I know you. Do you want to do the teacher? The teacher student? Sahana.
I can try, Dewi. Thank you.
And maybe Ariani, do you want to do the Saraswati?
Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karisyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada.
Om Sahana Vatu Sahana Punaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vaditam Astuma Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Oh, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna jump. If anyone has any questions to start with, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna jump in and just have a look at this one. Can you see this page? Okay, so we were last week. We would start kind of touching. So I just want to make a little bit, just add on a little bit more. So step by step, that we can, build blocks and start having the understanding. Now, did anyone has a chance to look at this, the Rama Shabda, the last week? Nick, did you have a chance?
I had a chance, but I'm not quite sure about some of the pronunciation.
That's okay. Do you wanna try to do the first row, like 1, 2, like 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3? Can you do this one?
Yes, not from memory.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Well, this is where I don't know whether it's Ramaha or Rama.
So it's Ramaha.
It is Ramaha. Okay. Ramaha, Ramao, Ramaha.
Good. So make sure you get that long as well. So Ramaha, right? Because they are both long there. So the difference between 1 and 1 and 1 and 3 is that this one is Ramaha, but this one is Ramaha. So they're quite clear. They're quite near to each other. But now let's look at this. Ariani, can you see what's written here? So the first letter, what is that?
Vibhaktihi.
Good. Okay, great. Okay, so it says Vibhaktihi, right? Did everybody see this? Vakara, Ikara, Bhakara. This is this special conjunct consonant. Everybody familiar with this one? Nick? Oh, sure.
No.
Let me just get my... 2 seconds. Yeah, that works. Okay, so remember that I said there's so many, so when we're using the font on the computer, and there are a lot of conjunct consonants that are written differently. So for example, if I would write, this here, so boom, boom, I'm just gonna change the language. Here we go. So you see this one, Nick? So it's quite clear here that you see the kakara and the takara, right? But when you go to the scriptures, they usually don't use that combination. They usually use the same what's written before. They usually write it this way. So what this is kakara and takara, and then the embedded vowel is, in this case, an akara. So you need to put that down in your the special conjunct consonant notebook, because it's one of those completely different. It doesn't follow any kind of like, you can figure it out. It's kind of good. Okay, so it says vibhakti. Now there are, you see here that it says 1, 2, and then it goes all the way down to 7. And then the last one, it says vocative. Now, when you're talking about the vibhaktis, there are 7. Even though there are 8 of them mentioned here, but the vocative falls under number 1. The reason why is because you can, for example, say, if you say Paulina, or you say, oh, Paulina, it falls under the same vibhakti. So there are 7 cases. Okay, so this is a terminology. That's to know that, okay, when I'm talking about the vibhaktis, there are totally 7 plus 1, which is vocative, but it falls under the first one. So most of the time when you present the different vibhaktis, they are written this way. Sometimes this one is under number 1. So then it kind of goes 1 vocative and then 2, 3, 4 and ends with 7. So you just have to, but this is the things that you figure it out. Okay, so Nick did the first one. So last time I said, there's subject, there's object, there's instrument, right? Receiver, and so on. But in Sanskritam, we don't say subject, object, instrument. We're using different words. So here, this will be the karta. So instead of saying subject, the word in Sanskritam is karta. So subject in Sanskritam is karta. So you can write that down. So if I say karta, I'm referring to the subject. Okay. So for example, when you say Rama sees, the way to find out who is the karta, you ask the question, who sees or what sees? Okay, so just at the moment we have, I'm just cutting it down. Later on, when you have these long sentences, what you do is that you're finding the verb. For example, in sees, you haven't learned that in Sanskritam yet, so I'm saying it in English. But you find the verb, and then you ask the question, who sees or what sees? And then you go into the line, you go into the sentence, and then you're finding the pratama vibhakti. You find this one, and you know that that word is the karta that word is the subject. Does that make sense? Confusing?
I think I know, but the the pratama,
Mhm.
that's not the same as karta.
Yeah, that's so that's it referring to like the subject of
Subject.
the subject.
But those two words doesn't mean the same thing.
No, so this is a terminology. This is a vibhakti. This is referring to the case. So
Okay.
there are just like 7 case. But when you go into the pratama, when you go into the case itself is referring to the karta.
Okay. And the karta is the no. What do you say the karta is again?
Subject.
Subject. Yes.
So
Thank
it's
you.
like the same like Pauline, when you say, for example, Paulina eats, for example, or whatever. Paulina go. Who goes? So that you can ask that question, who goes? And that's going to point to you who is the karta. Okay. It might be a little bit confusing in the beginning, but just hold on, bear with me, and I try to, I'm going to explain this again and again so it gets clearer. Okay, good. So, Paulina, what does it say here again?
Was it pratama?
Pratama. Good. It's long there.
Pratama.
So-
Pratama. Pratama.
Good. And so pratama means first. The word itself means the first. So it's the first vibhakti. Okay. So on this line here, we have the vibhaktis. We have the different cases. Okay. And then we have is Madhuri there? Yes, hey, Madhuri, can you see what's written here?
I will try. I miss a lot. This what is that?
You
Oh
can
my God.
spell. You can spell, and then you can ask anytime. You can ask for help.
Mhm. So that's not ba.
No, it's a pregnant belly.
Okay. Yes. Pregnant belly. Or the second one was chanamak, and then no.
So what was the first letter you said?
The first one I didn't find it.
Can someone help her?
It's a semi-vowel.
Fa.
Good. Vakara.
Fa.
And then what's the vowel?
Fa. I was found it before. Fa. Wait. Fa, and then
This is the one that we say it looks like a share. It is one of the on the talo, the palatal.
Pachanamak.
No, because you got this you see this virama here. So
Pachanama.
no. That's it. You're doing it well, but just stop there. Vachanam.
Pachanam.
Good. Vachanam. Good. Very good. Okay, good. So on one, you see this? Go back. Okay, down this we have the vibhakti, and on this one we have the vachanam. On this one we have the cases, and on this one we have the number. All right. Now, Carla, what does it say here? You can spell it if you want.
Okay. I'm gonna spell it first, if it's okay. So it's a E and then Ka, Va, Cha,
Don't forget the vowels, the embedded vowels.
Ka.
So
So it's
e,
Ka, Va, Cha, Nam. Ekavachanam.
good. Say it one more
Okay.
time.
Ekavachanam.
And this is double the length, right? This is because it's a
Ah, I forgot about that. Yes, yes. Ekavachanam.
yes, good, very good. Okay, now, so we learned from Paulina that the first case it was pratama, right? We can say even pratama vibhakti, like the first case. And then we learned from Carla that the number one is eka vachanam. So look at this one. So you got this one here, which is Ramaha, right? So if you go to the left, you fall into the pratama vibhakti eka vachanam. So if you translate that into English, that would mean that, okay, Ramaha belongs to the first case singular. Does that make sense? Now, the reason why we do this, because this is how later on when you start reading and the grammar, you need to divide things into what case and which number. So, Alice, what does it say here?
Dvivachanam.
Good, dvivachanam. And that means, so dvivachanam is dual, right through. Go back. All right. So how would you explain this one, Alice? And you can say the word first, and then you say belongs to, and then the case, and then the vachanam.
The word is Ramau. Vibhakti, Pratama, it's first case, and Dvivachanam, and Vachanam is Dvivachanam.
Good. So very good. So what you can say, for example, you can just go Ramau, and then you say Pratama Vibhakti Dvi Vachanam.
Huh.
Good. All right. Ariani, what does it say here?
Vachanam.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear.
Bahuvachanam.
Good. All right, good. So how would you explain? So you start by saying the name and then explaining which case and then plural.
The word is Ramaha.
Good.
Prabhama, Pratama, and then Vachanam is Bahuvachanam.
Good. So just remember where you have the long and short. So you go Ramaha, Pratama, Vibhakti, Bahu, Vachanam. Good. All right, here we go. Paulina, what does it say here?
Dvitiya.
Good. So how would you explain this one?
Ramam. Ramam.
Ramam. Yeah, correct.
Ramam. Dvitiya. Vibhakti. I don't know how you say like singular. Like I know ekavachanam.
Mhm.
Vachanam.
Good.
But you said dvi before, like for the dual.
Yes.
Is there a word for singular too? Like the
Yeah, the one
one?
you say now is singular. Eka vachanam. If it's two, is dvi vachanam. But you
Ah.
did this one, so it falls under the singular, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Nick, can you do this one? Oh, we can't hear you, Nick. I think you're on mute.
Ramal, but I'm getting lost with the translation of some of these things because I'm
No problem.
the-
We're all in the same boat and we're gonna help you. Okay, so you did really
I
well.
haven't got the second case. I haven't got the second case written down yet.
That's okay. So do you see this? First of all, there's a conjunct consonant because it's something, right? So so it's dvi, right?
Yeah.
So you saw that one. And then you see the takara and it has the rainbow, but it's a long one, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you have the ya, and then you have the long one.
Okay.
So see if you can try to say that.
Dritiya.
Yeah, dvitiya. Good. And did you have a chance to write this one down, Nick?
I've got the other one I haven't got is plural.
That's okay. You don't need plural right now. So, but look at the
I've
screen.
got
Did you get this one?
I have got that. Yeah. Vibhakti.
Good. Don't forget the visargaha. So you have vibhaktihi. Okay, good. Now, so here, this is the same, right? You have the same conjunct consonant. So what
I've
does
got that written down. Drivachanam.
good? Dvi vachanam. Good. Excellent. All right. Carla, how would you explain this one?
So that one, Ramanam. Yes?
No,
No?
try again.
Rama. Is it not a nam? But it's the end is a N with Visargaha.
Yeah, Raman.
Raman. Raman. Okay. So Raman. Vibhaktihi Pratama.
So now we're here. So now you're
It's the second
got to go to the same as Nick did.
case. Let me just try to. I don't remember what was the second case.
Just shout out if you want some help. It's a conjunct consonant. So this one is a dakara, and then the pregnant belly is there.
Dvi.
Mm,
And then Dvitiya.
good. Vidya. And now we got this plural.
And then Vachanam is Bahuvachanam.
Yes. Good. Very good. All right. Who's with us? Alice. Okay, what does it say? Now we're talking about the third case. Okay, the third vibhakti. Alice, what does it say here?
Tritiya.
Good.
Tritiya.
Good. So this is, remember, this is the This is the vowel, right? C-shaped earring. Remember when we were giving all these kind of hints? Good. And this is this. So when we're talking about the first case, it's the karta. The second case is karma. And this one is called karana, instrument. Good. Okay, Alice, how would you say this and how would you describe that one?
Let me think. Ramen. No, ramen.
Try again, one more time.
Ramen.
No?
Ramen. Ramen. In. No.
Huh? Can someone help? Is someone?
Ramena. Sorry.
Yeah.
Get it. No, brain is not switched on. Ramena.
Good. Ramen. Good. So
Triptych.
yeah.
Vibhakti and Ekavachanam.
Good. Ekavachanam. Make sure you.
Ekavachanam.
Good. All right. Cool. Very good. Okay, Madhuri. Try. You want to try this? Ah, she's putting the hand on the forehead. Do you need help? I can't hear you, but if you see if I can help you if you put the sound on.
So I will try first and then I give up. Rama. And that one, what is that? Rama.
Can someone
Yeah,
help her?
then the consonant.
It's the Årstau fourth class.
And
You
then
see
this
that?
is conjunct consonants.
It's a conjunct consonant. So Paulina said that the first one is bakara. And this one is a semi-vowel. Can you see it? Can you see it under your semi-vowels, Madhuri? This one here is a semi-vowel. Oh, I can't hear you. That's why I can't.
That's ya.
That's yeah. Okay, so Paulina said that this is ba and this is ya. So how would you say it up to here? So you already said ra, ma.
Ramabhya.
Yeah, and then you have this one as well.
Ramabhyam.
Yes, stop. Sometimes I feel like you're gonna, or some of you are gonna go, Cornelius, like, no, stop. Okay, good, very good. So you got ra, ma, byam. Now, this is a good one to know because you see how it comes 1, 2, 3 times, same thing. Okay, so remember, put that in your, dual in the 3, 4, 5th case, it's the same. Okay, good. Now, Madhuri, how would you explain this one in Vibhakti?
Vibhakti, the Ramabhya is the fourth case. The fourth case is
You look at the screen. I'm helping you with circling.
yes.
Yeah.
Is a Tritiya Pratam Tritiya case on Vibhakti, and then it is on dual is Dvivachanam.
Yes. Good. Very good.
Yeah.
So just practice all those along. Make sure you drop the jaw. So you got Rama Bhyam. Right? So you get that Good. Very good. Yeah. So see if I can answer. Karla was asking about karta, karma, karana. Good. Great. Okay, so who is next? Let's see. Paulina, what does it say here? And how would you explain that one?
That's Ramaihi.
Good.
And that's Trtiya Vibhaktihi. Uvachanam, Bahuvachanam, Vachanam.
Very good. There you go. All right. So let's leave this for now, and then we come back to this next week. And then we do the rest of the chart. And so for now on, just learn that this is the karta, this is karma, and this is karana. Okay. In English, you would say subject, object, instrument. Another way to say it, if you think about an instrument, like in a sentence, where you would say, for example, you would say Rama sees Sita with a friend. See what I mean? So you got the subject, that's Rama. Rama sees. So you can say who sees. Rama sees. Rama sees Sita. And then you can ask the question, what does Rama see? So the first question, who sees? And then you can ask, what does the subject see? The subject sees the object, right? Make sense? And then you have the instrument. The instrument doesn't mean just like an instrument, like a violin or a spoon. It can be, but something with or by. With, by. So with the spoon, with a friend, with. So yeah, so you kind of get this kind of structure. Now, a lot of times, you know, in our own mother language, because it's so natural, we never think about this. You know, we never go into our own structure and go, oh, it's a subject or it's an object, unless we study it. So, but you can notice that when you're writing your own sentences. Okay, oh, there's a subject, and that's an object. Oh, that's a karanam. And of course, there are more cases. So there's more to learn, but just stay with this for now, and you can learn this. Now, what you can do as a really beautiful home fun is to pick, for example, we can pick these three first words, these three words. Now you do the same thing, what you did with this one. So for example, you're writing, so here it says acharya, right? Acharya. Now, how would it be in pratama vibhakti eka vachanam? It will be acharyaha. What would it be in dvivachana? It would be acharyao, right? Because they all have, this word has the same way as these ones. You see what I mean? So the same thing that we did today, you can do with these three first words.
Devi, where do you find this chart again? Is it in Mishika's?
Page number 89.
Ah, beautiful. Thank you.
So that's why a lot of, like, when you start learning Sanskritam, you learn this one, because this is like a frame for most words in Sanskritam. So if you learn this one, you learned all the words which are masculine and end with akara. Okay, so it's a ending masculine, a ending masculine, and still a lot of you got feminine neutral as well, but most words fall into this one. Okay, any questions about this? So when you write this, you go acharya, but then you also have to write pratama, vibhakti, ekavachanam. So you link them together. Okay, singular and which case and which number. All right. If you get confused, you just let me know. Okay, good. All right. I hope I didn't confuse you more. You look, everyone okay? Yeah. What's that? There's different Mishika books. This one is called Sanskrit Grammar, basically. Yeah, it's number 1. Yeah, the first book. I think I posted it last week, the link, so you can download it. It's a really good book to have. If you go for number 2, it's sandhis, and if it's 3 is derivatives, and that's later. Don't go there yet. It's just gonna confuse you. All right, good. Okay, here we go. Right. All right, so we got this fellow. So this is how I like to do it. So I like to give you a little bit grammar to add that quote, so you can build up, but then also add that so you can start reading and understanding and get the words. So we already did the first verse, right? Now, if anybody feels like I don't want to be chanting, leave me alone. Just no problem. Just raise up, or I'm not up for it today. No problem. I'm not going to force anybody. But maybe let's see, Ariani, do you feel like chanting the first line?
Yes, I try. Vidhu nityam madhyatang taduditang karma swanushthiyatam.
Good. Make sure you get this long and this long. So Vedo nityamadhiyatam taduditam karma swanushthiyatam. You got the melodies. You're doing really well. Okay. And Alice, can you do number 2?
Tene shasya vidhiyatam apachitikam yematisthyajyatam.
Good. And Carla, are you okay to do number 3? Just let me know if you want me to chant with you.
I think so.
Papaugaf
Papaugaf
paridhuyatam
pariduyatam
bhavasukhe
bhavasuke
dosho
dosho
nusandhiyatam.
nusandhiyatam.
Good. Nick, are you okay to do this one?
Unmute. Atmecha vyavasiyatam nitargaha purnam vinirgamyatam.
Good. Very good. Just this fella. Make a little so you make sure you get that. Tam vinirgamyatam. Beautiful.
Vinirgamyatam.
Vinirgamyatam goes up. Vinirgamyatam. All right, so we are on verse number 2 now. Where are you? Here we are. All right. So let's see. Ariani, what does it say here? What letter and what's the first part? I can't see.
Saraswati.
Yep.
Saraswati. And Anuswara. Huh?
But don't forget
okay.
the don't forget the vowel.
Akara. And then Anuswara. Huh? Anuswara. Huh? And then Nga. And then Gakara. Akara. And
This one.
Visargaha.
Good. Now you see here, I think this is the first time maybe you've seen this, that they're putting a consonant and then they're doing a virama and then they're having the following consonant. Now this will happen. You will see this, that sometimes they can't figure out a way to make a conjunct consonant. So instead they're putting a virama for the first consonant. So this is, but in the scriptures, this is usually not the way they would write it. Usually, I think that the computer sometimes has difficulty to do this conjunct consonant. Normally what you will see is this. Oh, sorry. So normally in the, can you see that? Normally in the scripture, they come on top of each other. This combination. So when you got a nga and a ga, they're usually on top of each other. So you can just write that in your special notebook. This is more common than this one. But Ariane, so what does it say? The whole word, the whole word.
Sangaha.
Good. Now you got a dvitvam, right? So you got to stay 1/2 matra longer on the nga. So sangah, sangaha, sangaha.
Sangaha.
And so, and remember that yeah, sangaha. This is actually not, you see what they done? Wait a second. Let's fix something. I think they've done a typo here. They've done a typo. So this is, you need to make a correction here. It's a typo. This here is not supposed to be there. You see what let's see if I can show you with
So, sorry, Davy. So that is literally because, hang on. Yeah, because the nga sound is already in the next letter.
yes.
So you don't need it.
You don't need it. The anuswara is already there.
So, sorry, I'll shut up and watch you write it and see which is the.
Yeah, give me just 2 seconds. I'm just gonna find that. Here it is. Sang. So this on my computer as well, it doesn't allow me to do this kind of on top of each other. But for example, the way they're written it here is this way, right? So if you translate that into transliteration, that would actually be sa, and then this would be the this one. Okay, just imagine that this is the this is a guttural, right? And then it would be this. This is what it says. This is what it says here. But the word is not that. The word is only with one. So this anuswaraha is not supposed to be there, because the word is sangaha. Sangaha. So just make a note there. That's a typo.
Davy, I'm having a bit of a mini meltdown. Just because I'm thinking, so could you write the same thing with the dot and without the ng
Yes.
and so which one would you write?
Both
Or does
is
it, it will both, you could see both, it doesn't matter. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh,
What is okay? Do you remember the there's a Sandhi, the Sandhi rules that says both is okay.
oh, okay. Right, this is good. I can do that.
Don't have. Okay, so just to confuse you more, this is a typo. You can either remove the anuswaraha or you can remove the nga. But because the anuswaraha becomes a nga, right? Good. So here it says sangaha, sangaha, sangaha. Good. And Carla, what does it say here?
So sa, and then there's a sa with a ta. Sa,
The best thing is to get into the habit of saying sakara, because then it's clear that you say.
sakara,
Yeah.
sakara, akara, and then there's again a sakara with a ukara, and there's a takara. So satsu.
Good. Satsu. Good. Nick, what does it say here?
V,
So what's the letters?
Vikara and Ikara.
Good. And then?
That is a da,
Dakara.
and long Ikara,
Good. And
Yakara,
you can.
Akara, Takara,
Oh, wait. What was this one?
Yakara,
Good.
Akara, Takara, Akara, and Anuswaraha.
Good. So how would you say this one?
Vidyatam,
Tam, long, right?
tam.
We land on a makara because the following is the ba, right? It's a oshtau. It's a labial.
Okay.
Right? So you did correct. You did correct. So vidyatam. So the way to chant it is sang. So here it's a sandhi here. So because the following letter is Saraswati, the way to pronounce this visargaha is sangas, sangas, sangas. Okay, sangasatsu. So it's a lot of Saraswati in this one. Sangasatsu vidhiyatam. And Alice, do you want to give it a try?
Sangas sorry, Sanga, my brain, Sangas Satsu Vidhiyatam.
Good. So it's a little
Okay.
bit weird because you have like double S here, right? So you got like Sangasatsu. So it's like double Sangasatsu Vidhiyatam.
Sangat Satsu Vidhiyatam.
Good. Madhuri.
Sangasatsu Vithiyatam.
Good. Make sure you get that bus. Nick, do you want to try? Sangasatsu Vidhiyatam.
Sangha Satsu Vidiyatam.
Good. Ariani, did you do?
Satsu Vidhiyata.
Good. Carla?
Sangasatsu Vidhiyatam.
Very good. You got the beautiful Saraswati there. Okay, so remember the Saraswati is here and they're dental. And you got 3. So in this verse, you're really going to get challenged with your siblings. So you got the s, sh, right? And we got to be very, very clear which one it is so we don't mix them up. All right. All right. So what does this one say about? What does this talk about? So now remember that the previous verse was talking about the first ashramas, where we're going to a place where in life where you kind of go like, okay, I'm not interested in that material. I want something. I want moksha. I'm interested in absolute happiness. I already realized that everything that comes into my, has a temporary. It comes and it goes and it comes and it goes, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful painting, but I want something else. I want that absolute happiness. Okay. All right. So this verse is talking about when you come into that place in life where you kind of like, okay, I'm not interested. I've done that. I done the life of Dharma, the Grahasta. Now I want to have this life where I'm contemplating. All right, so what does it say? So it's talking about that now is the sadhika, the person who's coming to this time in the life is when its mind is getting more towards spirituality, is getting less interested in activities and more interested in spirituality. It just naturally happens. It's not like you do anything, you decide to do it. It naturally happens. If you're still interested in activities, then you there, then it's beautiful. But some people will be more interested in spirituality, and that's where they are. Okay, so what Shankara says that at this time, be careful, because there's a lot of, like we were talking the other day, there's a lot of balloons coming in your face, you got to do this. No, you got to do this. No, come with me here, come with me. And to stay firm in that point and say, no, I'm not interested, can be a challenge. So Shankara says once at this time in life, be careful, because you're going to have a lot of distractions coming your way. No, I got to do this. No, I got to do this. No, I'm going to do this, and say, no, I'm not interested. My vichara is more interested. All right, so let's see if I can put this there. Now, so what this is talking about is that when when the Sangha Satsu is talking about the people that you have around you, that means that you're careful, that you're aware and you're careful that you're not drawn into these groups where you're sitting a whole day and just talking, gossip, or just talking, you'd rather be by yourself than being in a surrounding where there is not just not healthy environment for spiritual inquiries, because you need time, and you need that people around you that support you and not kind of go like, what are you doing? Why don't you get a real job? You know, why do you spend all this time? And, you know, like just like the other day, someone was asking me, you know, like sincerely. And I was like, here we go. And it's like, why do you spend, like, this is complete stranger, you know, and then just like, why do you spend so much time in scripture? You know, I mean, I'm not going to go into a discussion with this person, but I'm also not going to make sure that that's not a person I'm going to have close to me. You know, I'm going to have those people that understand me in the sense that, okay, you know, that are interested in similar things like me or supportive. Now, this is from, have you heard about Bhaja Govindam? Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Mujamente, Samprate Sanite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshate Kudukran Karane. Have you heard that one? It's a fame. It's one of those you get really happy. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Anyway, verse number 9. You find this one, and Swamiji quotes this a lot, so you hear that over and over. I heard it so many times. So it goes, Satsangatve nisangatvam, nisangatva nirmohatvam, nirmohatva nischalichatvam, nischalichatvam jivan mukti. Now it says that when you're interested, when you come into this time in your life, which I think many of you already that you are, as I'm talking, you know, to you guys, and you seeking, you know, you're seeking someone with wisdom, a guru, someone who can give you that wisdom. And what does that do? That when you come into that place, you're just naturally not interested. The way that it's explained is that it's, you get less attached to what? Raga dveshas, you know, likes and dislikes. I have to get that car. I have to have that dress. I have to. If I don't have that, I'm not happy. You know, that is just getting less and less, you know, naturally. You don't do anything. It just naturally happens. So you get less attachment. Now, when you get less raga and dveshas, what we talked about before, you get less delusion. And what does that mean? You realize that all these things, these balloons are popping is temporary. You just, you know it's coming, you know it's gonna come. It's okay, you know? And everything has a time span, and whatever that time span, I can enjoy it, definitely. But I don't get, you know, I don't get binding. I'm binding likes and dislikes. You know, it doesn't pull me up and doesn't pull me down. I don't go into whoa, and I go you know, those the roller coaster is less. Okay. And when you're having less delusion, less moha, then it also means that you're getting more this kind of you know, this murmuring in your mind. You know, it goes on and on and on. The murmuring, it just get more steady, more calm, more clarity, more, and you have more ability to stay focused in the contemplation. Good. So that's what this verse says about. So it says that stay with people that are, you know, have similar interest, and stay away from people that are not giving you support or not supporting your spiritual growth. Because, you know, personally, I know we can share a little bit if someone wants to share, but I know for a fact, as soon as I'm with certain people, I notice with my energy, like I get tired, it sucks my energy, literally. And certain people you got to handle, like your family, that's part of your duty. But I can choose, you know, who I'm surrounding. I don't need to be everywhere and be a pleaser and try to because that's gonna lose my energy. So that's what it says. Stay with people who are similar, and you know, finding a teacher that can unfold the teaching for you, so you can come to the place. Any sharing? Anyone who can? Any thoughts that coming about this verse? Or questions or anything?
Well, I can share a little bit if people don't mind. I mean, this is the situation I am in at the moment, and I have been for the last few months. Is I moved house. There's a lot of change in my life, and because I came to this, a lot of things have changed for me. And so I've been trying to find ways, because a lot of I love people, I love learning about different stories, and I really appreciate it. But my problem is that I have so many interests that I lose a lot of my energy, and it's a really good lesson for me. So I've, in a way, I've had to just isolate myself, which sounds really extreme, and I was aware how it would impact people on the outside. So I've literally just had to say to people, look, you know, there's nothing to do with you. This is just a process that I'm going through, but I really need this space. So yeah, I just wanted to share that, really, because I'm getting a much greater awareness, and I've been drawn to the conversations. I've been called intense, and I know I have that quality about me, but I like to have conversations that are conversations that you're talking about, that have some meaning and depth to it, and that it's not about intelligence. I'm more interested in what the person has to share and what their experience has taught them, or where they're coming from, or anything. But it's been quite tough in a way, because so much of my life prior to now has been wrapped up with other people. But I can see the gift in it, but it's still an adjustment.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah. And yeah, totally. Unfortunately, living in a this yoga this time is unfortunately a lot of time is we think that being outgoing and being around a lot of people that's desirable, but if you're looking at, you know, this structure is actually no, it's the you know, to be in a contemplating place, and that's it's needed to be there, you know.
I think I'd say I'm a bit weird in some ways. I'm what some people might call a closet introvert. So I enjoy people, and that's my social time was technically my job. That was it. And I was like, right, I've done my people bit. Now I have all the time for me. I do like a lot of my own time, a lot of my own space. And it was so nice when customers and people would be friendly outside of that, and I don't mind that, but I realized, you know, it's actually who I am is not that. So I do like my own space, but it's trying to find, I think it's finding that balance is interesting, and who to give your time to.
Yeah.
And everything. So yeah. I don't know if anyone else has this.
Any other thoughts? Carla, you have any thoughts? Anything that you want to share?
Maybe I would add that the difficult part is when we start understanding those layers of people that are sucking our energy, like you're saying, and then that period of time where we are lost, and we think, I need to have someone, because otherwise we are social people. And in that period of time, we start to doubt our choices, and if we should go back to the old ways, and how those periods of time are the most important, because if we keep ourselves strong to our beliefs and what we feel, we will attract people who are more aligned to us and that will elevate us, and not the other way. So I think that's really important for me, because I've had lots of little faces like that, and those are the tough ones, but they are worth it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Nick, anything that comes to you? Anything that you're thinking about?
Yes, well, I was lucky to spend 10 years in a contemplative monastic community, but I was very screwed up then. So it was very difficult, but it was good training, and I still keep the same rhythm in my life that I practiced then. And so, but I also find a lot of help through the current or past gurus on YouTube, which I'm sure is not as viable or as challenging as the real person. But I also struggle sometimes with family connections. I've got Christmas coming up where I've been invited by family to join them. And I tend to try and find the middle way. So I will go for a short time, but not, not to overdo it.
Yeah. 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 Totally hear you. Yeah. Ariane, anything that comes to you?
I love this spiritual journey. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Madhuri, anything comes to you?
With this opportunity, Devi, I would like to say thank you very much for your passion, for your sharings, your time, energy for us. And I'm really sorry. Forgive me if I too slow or if I take this very slow, and sometimes I really want to do every time, but sometimes the time is not give me time. Sometimes, like ceremony in Bali and teaching and other things. Sometimes I cannot do, but I really want to do actually every class, but I could not, but I try my best to follow the class. That's awareness tell you. I really want to study this. Sometimes the time not cooperate with me.
Well, from my side, I think that you cannot get more perfect. It's impossible. All of you cannot get more perfect. And you, each and every one, and I don't have any kind of, that you have to do or this and that. And like, you're so open to say, I had a busy week or I couldn't do it. And it's okay, like no one's gonna say anything, everyone is so supportive here. So I think it's important to come to that place and relax and enjoy it, because otherwise it can be this kind of pressure. And we're doing it again. We things are just slowly just adding other things, and if something's unclear, we go back again and we do it again and we do it again, and it's all fine. It's all fine. All right, so let's finish here if there's no other questions or anything. Let's do the prayer. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyaha Prithvi Sasya Shalini Desho Yanksho Barahitaha Brahmana Santo Nirbhayaha Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhatrani Pashyantu Ma Kachit Dukkha Bhavet Asato ma sagamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityo ma amritangamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamodachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om. Thank you guys. See you on Wednesday if you're coming, or Saturday, and then again on Sunday. Oh. I will record this this part and put that in the group. Everybody has a Signal now. Yeah, so let's move to Signal, and I put it there. Nick, I know you don't have WhatsApp. We're moving over to Signal because it's more ethical. Do you have Signal by any chance? No.
I might get it. I haven't got it, but
Yeah.
I could get it. No.
If you can get that, would be great, because then you can be in the, you know, if you have question and other questions will pop up and you can be part of that. Great. All right. Oh.